Namaste, this is François Gauthier talking about topical news. Today I'm going to talk about the visit of the President of the United States, Mr. Trump, to India, the 2-day visit. I'm a little sad to see that most of the Indian media is very negative about it. It either speaks about trivial things like the wall supposed to be covering the slums in Ahmedabad, or it speaks negatively about Mr. Trump, or it makes fun of the visit. This is just an aping of CNN and New York Times, who have been enemies of Mr. Trump. I'm not here to defend Mr. Trump. He's got his faults. Though he's a businessman, I think he's a very shrewd businessman. He's very unpredictable. One never knows what he's going to say or do. But at the same time, this is the opportunity of India to position itself as the economic alternative to China. China is suffering from the coronavirus epidemic, and most Western companies, most Western airlines have stopped doing business with China because of this epidemic. There is a freeze on business with China, and it is a time for India to say, look, we are here. We are a democracy. We are as big as China. Our economy is coming up. This is a time for India to say, look at us. You can do business with us too. We can replace China as the privileged economic destination of the West. And yet, none of the newspapers in India are saying that. There is no there's no pride, there's no nationalism in the Indian media. This is very sad. And also, from a geopolitical point of view, the USA remains the most powerful nation in the world, both economically and in military-wise. Now, China is a threat to India. We know that in Kashmir, it is propping up Pakistan, propping up the Kashmiri separatists, that everywhere surrounding India, whether it is Nepal or Burma or Sri Lanka, it is encircling India. On the seas, it is controlling the access to the Indian Ocean, and the West is very worried about that. They've taken the Spratly Islands, and from there, they're controlling all the shipping, all the oil that goes, all the goods that goes. This is a very worrying thing, and the US are looking for partners to contain China. India is the ideal partner. So instead of saying that, the Indian media is just making fun of that trip. This is very sad, the lack of nationalism, the lack of pride, the lack of insight of the Indian media. And even the BJP should have highlighted that. We don't care about the cultural greatness of Gujarat, about the biggest cricket stadium. What we care about is that Mr. Trump is still the president of the most powerful nation in the world. And India and US have a lot in common. They share a lot in common. So we would like to hear from the Indian media the opportunities for India after this coronavirus epidemic, which is spreading all over the world. India is an island of democracy, of stability in Asia, and this should be highlighted. And yet we do not see that. Chinese are building a road through the Himalayas, crossing Pakistan, Kashmir, that wants to control the entire Himalaya and pour the goods of China to the west through Pakistan, through Gwadar, which is a deep sea port which the Chinese have dug into Pakistan. So I am very sad that the BJP itself has not projected that. The media counseling, the media approach of the BJP is faulty. It is sad, it is poor. The BJP itself, the government should have said, look, this is an opportunity for us to position ourselves as the alternative economic and geopolitical of China. Instead, it kept quiet, or it reacted in a very basic manner. So again, this is a very important visit. It is an opportunity for India to position itself as a superpower, the way the Chinese did. But neither the media nor the BJP cared to do that. Namaste.